Good morning. It's Saturday, March 6th. And spring is only 15 days away. That's the good thing. The bad thing is, on Thursday, we had another example of why this country will remain divided. Why this country cannot compromise on anything. Ron Johnson, the moronic senator from Wisconsin, did something in the Senate that is ridiculous, was ridiculous. He forced the Senate to have the clerks read the entire 628-page stimulus bill. Now, that's an event that took over 11 hours to complete the reading. And during the entire reading, the only Republican senator at the meeting, attending the reading, was Ron Johnson. The rest of the Republicans had left the room, and the Democrats were forced to have a small group of people monitoring what was going on, so they had a rotating group of people doing that. Now, I have an arch-conservative friend who emailed me, and we got into a little bit of an email spat. And he said the reason that Ron Johnson had this bill read for 11 hours was to make sure that everybody understood the bill. Because Nancy Pelosi had said something about the Affordable Care Act that said, we won't know what's in it until we actually pass the bill. And that was his reference to why Ron Johnson went ahead and wasted 11 hours of valuable time having this bill read to nobody except him. And I suspect the real reason that the bill was read to him was because the man is dumb and illiterate, doesn't understand shit, and needed to have the bill read to him. So he held up the whole meeting for 11 hours, and he was the only one in attendance. And I defy anybody to tell me that this is an intelligent man, that this is a man who believes in doing right for this country. Ron Johnson is the spirit of the current Republican Party. We will do anything to break the back of our democratic system. We will accept support from extremists and racists and anarchists because we need every living body that will come and to help us. We need them all. And we pretend to be conservatives. And we pretend to be for the rights of the people when we're not. We're not. And as I think about this action, I realize that this is what we are facing for the next couple of years. We are going to see things like this happen over and over again. Because the Republicans are in the minority now. It's a position they haven't been in for a couple of years. And they are going to do everything in their power to delay the agenda of the Democrats. Now, I can understand having disagreements. And I can understand not wanting to do everything that the other side wants to do. But we are supposed to be better than that. We are supposed to be able to come together and agree on something. But that has passed. That has passed. The old way of doing business is gone. There is no more compromise. There are no more earmarks. There are no more deals being cut. Everything is my way or the highway. And so we have something that's called majority rule for the time being. And it's a very slim majority. So there's going to be a fight for the next 4 years, 2 years, I don't know how long. It's just an upsetting situation. But there were some compromises that took place, and they took place within the Democratic Party itself. The moderate Democrats were not in favor of giving out as much money as some of the more progressive Democrats were. So they compromised on some of the money rules. They changed the cap on the income. For instance, if an individual made more than $80,000, they were not getting any money. If a family makes more than $160,000, they're not getting any money. They get the full amount up to $75,000 a person and $150,000 a family. Now that change means that 9 million fewer households will get money in 2021. And that'll save about $12 billion in the cost of the bill. And they also changed the enhanced unemployment insurance. They reduced that from $400 to $300, but they extended the payments to the end of September instead of the end of August. And then there's also going to be some increased minimum payments to states with smaller rural populations. And that sort of matches the amount of money that was given out at the CARES Act. And they set a floor limit on that of about $500 million. So there was compromise within the Democratic Party, but there's no compromise across the entire government anymore. And then you've got Senator John Thune, who says that taxpayers in places like South Dakota and North Carolina and Georgia and other red states are subsidizing New York and California. And that's a big waste. Of course, he doesn't take into account that for years the red states have been living off the blue states. So that just tells you the one-sided view that each group has of the other. Just another indication of the division in this country. So I want to apologize for talking about the divisiveness in this country so often. But it keeps cropping up. And this bill is the perfect example of the division in the country. It was passed under budget reconciliation, which meant that the senators only needed 51 votes to pass the bill. So if we have to get things done in the future, they may not happen because we can't get 60 people to vote on anything. So I will leave you with those thoughts right now, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.